Good morning. My name is Carissa Chilco, and I'll be going over our weather briefing today. Starting off with our weather pattern, right now we do have high pressure off of the coast, allowing us to have mostly clear skies today, and we're going to see a warming up pattern over the next couple of days. Tomorrow will be warmer and dry, and we start to see a little bit more of a pressure gradient between the high offshore, and then there's going to be this low pressure moving towards the northeast all the way up in Canada, and we'll see that the pressure gradient between the high and the low ramp up tomorrow. So we're actually going to see it be quite windy both on land and over the waters, and it should be mostly dry, and we'll talk more about that wind in a little bit as well. And then Wednesday we have this cold front approaching, stemmed off that low off in Canada. We'll maybe get another localized surface low forming in the northeast, which will help give it a little bit more power to move through our area, mostly on Thursday. So we'll start to see some increasing chances of showers Wednesday night and then into Thursday. It doesn't look like it's going to be the drought buster we desperately need. We'll talk about how much we're anticipating and totals of rainfall. And then as that front passes through, we could see maybe a few chances of some thunderstorms, but overall we're not expecting it to be severe at this time. But temperatures will be much cooler. Well, I say much cooler. It's going to be cooler, still just a little bit below, not super duper cold on Friday, that is. Okay, so looking at our maximum wind gust for the next couple of days, we are still going to be kind of breezy this afternoon. We've got a gust up to 20 miles per hour, maybe 25 today, and then tomorrow when that pressure gradient tightens between the two systems, that's when we're going to see a gust to 25 to 30 miles per hour, both inland and over the waters. And then Wednesday, again, we're still in that pressure gradient before that front actually crosses our area, which is going to allow those gusty winds to continue. And this is all going to be out of the southwest, which is going to help bring in those warmer temperatures that we're going to be seeing over the next couple of days. And then behind the front, winds will shift Thursday to be back out of the northwest later in the evening, and it's looking like they'll be a little bit lower than especially Tuesday, but we still could see some gusts up to 20 miles per hour. This is pretty much going to be for the entire area. The eastern shore might see some of those higher end wind gusts. This is our rainfall totals expected over the next 72 hours. Again, it's not looking like drought buster. We're only expecting about 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch for most of the area. That's going to be mostly the inland areas closer to the coast. It could be a little bit less, looking more like 1/10 or 1/4 of an inch. And looking at the timing of when we're going to see that, we do see some precipitation start to begin Wednesday afternoon and into Thursday. And then it's going to be mostly all early morning Thursday. As we get later on in the evening, the rain will start taper off, and then by early Friday, the rain should be over. Overall, in sum of this event of how much rainfall we're expecting, this map does show about 1/2 an inch towards Richmond and maybe a little bit more towards the coast, but the kind of similar with what we're thinking about around 1/2 an inch, and we could see some more additional rainfall later on, like early next week. But that's still a ways away. But again, it's still not looking like the drought buster that we need. Okay, looking at some probabilities of these rainfall amounts that we're going to see, we've got 1/2 an inch here on the left-hand side, and then 3/4 of an inch on the right-hand side. So looking at the left-hand side, the 1/2 an inch, we do have values into the 70%. This is just one of the ensemble models showing it's more towards inland, and especially near the North Carolina and Virginia borders, kind of when we're seeing those 70%, maybe showing a little bit less chance of half an inch of rain towards the north. And then but it is showing overall that we have a good chance of seeing half an inch of rain versus the 3/4 of an inch, 0.75. Those values are definitely going to be lower. We have maybe about a 50% chance of rain, where those percentages are highest around the state borderlines. But overall, it's still not looking like a whole lot of rain, but there is a chance of 3/4 of an inch. And it's not shown on this slide, but looking at the probabilities of 1 inch of rain, it's almost next to nothing. So we're really not expecting any large rainfall totals. Okay, before I talk about this, let me pull in a slide real quick. I wanted to go back, actually, I forgot to bring this in earlier, but this is our, excuse me, excuse me, this is our hot, dry, and windy index. So we use this to kind of determine where those temperatures are going to be warm, where it's dry, and where it's windy. And we use this for fire weather concerns. So this is actually going to be for tomorrow, when we're going to be seeing those wind gusts around 25 to 30 miles per hour. And those temperatures are going to be warming up. So it actually is highlighting a good chunk of Virginia, a little bit less in Northeast North Carolina, but almost the entirety of our area in Virginia, maybe less towards Virginia Beach and Norfolk, is highlighted for a higher probability of exceeding this index, which just means that we could see some fire weather concerns tomorrow. We do not have any issues, or excuse me, we do not have any products issued yet, but we are currently putting together our forecast, and if we feel like we need to issue an increased fire danger, we absolutely will. And if that's decided this shift, we will be sending that out with our briefing in the afternoon. So that is definitely something we have a concern with. And I know that there's been a few wildfires in the area, and it's not looking like we're going to be exceptionally dry tomorrow, but we are very close to that threshold. So I did want to bring that up. Okay, back to the briefing that we sent out. We can see our temperatures are going to be the warmest on Tuesday. We've got highs in the 80s almost everywhere. Closer to the coast and the eastern shore might be a little bit cooler in the 70s, but we're going to see temperatures mostly in the 80s. And then again on Wednesday, it should be still pretty warm ahead of that cold front with that westerly flow. We should see temperatures in the lower 80s and upper 70s as well. And then behind that front, it's going to be raining on Thursday. While it's raining, it's going to be cooler. Sorry, I said that kind of backwards. And then behind the front on Friday is going to be cooler with high temperatures in the upper 60s. Looking at the lows behind that front on Friday, our lows are going to be in the mid 40s, so we're not expecting any frost freeze concerns with it at this time. And then for our probability of precipitation, again, it's just highlighting we could see some showers start in the afternoon on Wednesday. We're looking likely going to be raining all day Thursday and ending late Thursday. And then there's some low-end chances this weekend. As for our drought monitor has not changed. We are still in a severe drought with portions of the area being in an extreme drought. And again, we're not looking at a drought buster, unfortunately, but hopefully we can get some more rain in here shortly. Looking ahead, it does look like we'll have near to below normal temperatures favored for this weekend and into next week. And that's just going to mostly be behind that cold front. And then it looks like we should have above normal precipitation chances for this weekend and next week. So hopefully we can get some more rain. Switching gears a little bit onto the marine side, we are expecting to have an elevated risk, meaning small craft advisories out for most of the waters For the next couple of days, looking at the wind in the rivers in the bay, we are the southwest wind is going to be gusting up to 25 knots through this evening into Tuesday morning, and then when the gusts are actually going to be increasing the most will be Tuesday afternoon and into Wednesday. So we'll likely need additional small craft advisories. We currently do have small crafts out for this evening and into tomorrow morning. On the coastal waters, it's going to be pretty much the same story, just gusts up to 25 to 30 knots. Same time frame, we do have small crafts out right now for most of the waters, and then we're going to need them again tomorrow, and it's going to likely last through Wednesday as well. Just with the southwest wind, it's not going to go away until that front moves through later Thursday. So here's a summary. We can see that it does look like the winds are going to be able to decrease Friday and Saturday, and the wind should mostly be out of the south on Saturday and pretty much on Sunday as well. Looking at the wave sides of things for the bay and rivers, we could see some 3 to 4 foot waves, mostly on Tuesday evening when those winds are going to be the highest. And as for the coastal waters, we are expecting 5 to 7 foot waves, especially as you get further offshore, closer onshore. We are going to be seeing 5 to 7 foot waves on the northern coastal waters. And again, our significant wave heights in total are going to be 5 to 7, maybe 9 foot further offshore. And that's for today. And then tomorrow we could get a little bit higher waves. We could get some occasional 7 foot waves, more occasional 7 foot waves closer to the coast. And for Wednesday, it's pretty much going to be the same story. Those winds and waves are elevated from now until Wednesday. So that is all I have. Thank you very much for attending.